We
can angle back to
What
politics.
do we
in a
have to
minute.
talk about?
Okay, just shut up.
We'll talk about politics.
I'm down
Don't
to
worry.
talk about again North Korea.
We'll bring it back. We'll bring it back.
Okay.
We got some stuff to
Or
talk about.
Mali versus France.
We got to reminisce a little more. This is a reunion show after all, even though
Okay.
half the name of the show isn't here. But
Mike isn't here. But
I was talking about like we have these YouTube clips. I don't even know if I want to say anything about it because they're terrible. But we had our moments.
Yeah.
We gotta bring back that bar fight idea sometime. That was fantastic.
True. I felt like that was one of our better segments.
But yeah, our fantasy bar fight draft.
Yeah, it was a good idea. Whoever's idea that was.
Yeah, that was my idea. Actually, I think it was a mixture of ideas. Tanisha and I.
Tanisha, yeah, they threw it out there.
But
Can you believe I picked God? I picked God in my bar fight, and someone defeated God. How is that possible?
Okay, I'll explain how it happened. I chose.
Let's hear this.
I chose Kratos, who's the main character of the God of War video game.
Okay.
The
Now,
the
when
god
you
of-
say God, are you talking about Zeus or?
No, we're talking about like Christian God.
Okay.
Or maybe every god. It could be any god really. It's
Yeah, this
whatever-
was.
it's
I
whatever-
picked Prophet Muhammad, God.
I take it back.
Vishnu.
I take it back. It's whatever you perceive as God. But I chose the God of War. I chose a guy whose job is to kill gods.
And you lost to that?
Anyways, it's an interesting clip. You should
He's
go
the
listen to that.
God of War. He's the God of fighting. He kills.
I don't think it's an interesting clip.
He
but go on.
kills the God of War in the first game, Ares. I mean, it's
Needless to
perfectly
say, there's a
reasonable.
lot of incriminating things that are in those audio clips.
And
They were fun times.
opinions I don't have anymore.
Akeem, just wake up the thing there. Don't click
Wake
anything.
up,
Just that's
motherfucker.
fine. That's fine. Yeah.
But yeah, no, but it's cool. Like I say, it's weird how when I listen to these clips, we'll be talking like a player from the basketball team, our good friend Yama we used to talk to.
Yama.
Funny guy.
Yama.
And it just like it immediately transports me back in these like I can remember these days. I can remember where I was, what I was doing. It's kind of cool to like.
Can you
See,
really?
aren't you-
Like,
Yeah.
I'm first year away from like RH King, and it's all a blur to me.
No,
See, aren't
yeah.
you glad?
Years
Aren't you glad that we recorded all that stuff?
I
If when we
am,
look
yeah.
back at that stuff in 30 years, that's gonna be a good.
Well, and it was definitely the best.
Definitely.
It was the best experience I had in high school too. I wasn't a big fan of this place while I was here.
It's
but
funny because
Except for the
Josh
studio.
started on the show complaining about us.
I did. I barged in.
What do you mean?
I heard them on the loudspeaker. I was
It started off with me and Mike in the old wood closet.
And you just came in just to argue with these.
I was,
Yeah.
I was with the girl I'm dating now, who I wasn't dating then.
he
Tanisha.
keeps throwing that out like my IT thing.
Yeah. you both have
Well,
things
no.
you're very proud of.
She was a part of the show. I'm just bringing it up.
Yeah, I know.
And they were
Just
talking about
busting your balls.
American politics, and I was bored by them and just in general. And I barged in and I started yelling at them. And I mean, to your credit, you didn't seem to be bothered by it. You just seemed to keep going.
I welcomed it.
I think you welcomed me. You
Why you
invited
think we're
me.
friends?
I told you it was all planned. Like I knew who you were, and I was like, we need to get this guy in here and get him mad so that he comes on the show. So basically, it was a whole Freudian scheme.
You didn't know who I was, but I was invited to do a show the next week. I came in. I think was it just me or was it Tanisha?
You're
was
like
there too?
you're like the guy who just like comes in, shits on everybody, leaves, and TJ just looks like him.
But
I
it was-
want him.
It was, anyways, they invited me back just to kind of do a show, see what happened. It was fun though, and I had a lot of fun. And then we just kept doing it for like every day after school for like 2 years, and it was a lot of fun. And well, you did it, you liked it, right?
I liked it.
Yeah,
I wish
Akeem-
our stuff was more recorded, but
True, Akeem came in at when you were gone.
The
so.
issue
You and
is
I
that-
only have a passion really in life. The only thing we're good at, the only thing we like
The
doing,
issue
is
is-
talking a lot.
Yeah, there's one thing that me and Josh are good at doing, and that is
We're
talking
windbags.
into microphones.
there was a problem where like when he was in grade 12 and I was in grade 9.
Yeah.
He had Mike Dacios and Kevin Jones, right?
Kevin
so
Jones.
at least when they were
Where's the
talking,
Jones?
Jones is around.
so at least when they were talking, you know,
I should've told him to come
I could. Oh, you didn't?
I said no, I didn't actually.
Okay.
I didn't want too many people in here.
Ah, okay. And like and oh fuck, I forgot what I was saying.
Jeez.
Yeah.
You see this?
Checking his phone.
Clearly, I didn't train Akeem well enough.
We could have done better.
To tell a story about how Akeem got here, Akeem walked in, this little pathetic brown kid with
Come
a
on,
really
man.
high
Take it
pitched voice.
easy.
What the hell?
He just walked in, and I thought, what is he doing here? And he wanted a job, so I said, fine, you can take out the recycling for us. That's how I got here.
It's a very magical story.
Yeah,
That wasn't really how, but perfect.
But
He-
no,
he's
I,
not
That was
bad.
mega. That's long story short.
I loved it. I love doing this. It's fun to be back.
Corey, you know we're gonna have to come back every now and then.
You know what? Like honestly, in university, there's of course a better looking studio room, and then there's also
No way.
Get
big
out.
surprise. And then like I stepped in there for a second, and like I remembered what it was like being grade 9 and trying to
Yeah.
enter into this room. Man, people are so intimidating. I guess it's because the leaders like you guys and those guys down in Ryerson I guess because they trap themselves into a small room, they are very antisocial, and so
I don't feel like.
And I remember that when I was in
we
grade.
were intimidating to you.
Yeah, dude. I had like first week I had a hard time trying to make.
Was I
friends with you
there
guys.
when this happened?
No.
Well,
Okay.
And so it was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I would have made easy friends.
Were you
with
grade
you.
9 at this point?
Huh?
I feel like
You know-
the
you know-
studio was more of a frat.
I was
at
in grade
that
9. You know what made?
Yeah, it was a bit of an all men's club or something.
Thing. Mike Dacios was
Except
the
for
one.
Margie.
Mike Dacios was right. Mike Dacios was the one who accepted me in, but I would be there and I was just the quiet guy, right? And then there was this one time when it was you, myself, and Kevin Jones,
Yeah.
and he just pulls up this question about should women go to war, and then
Oh,
you and I started riffing
races.
on that, and he was just asking. It was like lights were off. We were just kind of hanging out and just shooting the shit. And then he asked that question, and then TJ and I were just like, "What the? Of course they're supposed to. If they want to do it."
Yeah.
And
I
he
don't
was
remember saying that. If I said that, I'm sorry.
That doesn't sound like something you would
yeah,
say.
yeah, really. I rescind that.
Oh,
comment.
sorry. It might be Kevin James and I.
That sounds far too.
Kevin Jones. Kevin
sounds-
Jones and I.
Sounds far too like thoughtful and
Kevin Jones
Kevin
and
James Mall Cop was in here.
Kevin James,
We had an interview with Mall Cop. That's what he remembers.
the king of
I. Yeah,
queens, was in the
and then,
studio.
and then at that point I was like, all right, I'm set. I can riff on I can make fun of these guys, and it was perfect.
Yeah, no, it's good.
That was your
But
initiation.
honestly, man, like
There's a lot of stuff we did to Akib that he can't disclose.
there was a lot of hot chicks that looked past here, and there were a lot of cool guys and this place just looks intimidating from outside, on like if you guys are owning a studio or some shit like that and you want to make friends, just be welcoming. That's
I don't want to make friends.
I feel like we were.
When have we ever
made?
when have we ever given you the impression we want to make friends with people? We talk about like
you saw me and then we shook hands and then
yeah, no,
I
you're
was
a cool
like,
guy.
all right, cool. Yeah, there you go.
You know. Okay.
Thanks, bro.
I feel like we were pretty welcoming to you.
No.
Aren't you glad you joined?
You guys were nice, but because you were in your like you said, you were in like a gentleman's club, right? You guys were just,
Yes, it was
you
a
had-
gentleman's club.
you had your inside
We all
jokes.
wore white suits and
There were
drank.
women coming in
drink
and
wine
out for some
Rickies.
reason. Like
Can I fix you a martini, Akib?
they came in half clothed, came out with money. It makes no sense.
So yeah,
We're gonna go bocce bowling after this.
I do miss those days.
Um,
It's been.
good times, man.
It's hard to believe it's been 3 years since we've done a show. 3
Do you have any
years.
words of wisdom
Oh,
or
gosh.
like anything to share with people? Now
We-
that
we-
you've,
we
you've
did
gone into the world, you've experienced university. What do you have to say to people?
Words of wisdom, huh? To all the kiddies out there,
To all the kiddies out there,
make sure you go to Western
kind of a Jay-Z thing.
Or
there.
Ryerson.
and come to Jim Bob's. I'll see you there.
Come to Jim Bob's. I don't know what that means, but all right.
You should
do it.
come to. You should come visit
You got
London.
you got some wisdom to share with the audience there, Akib?
Don't be an idiot.
Don't be an idiot. That's a good one.
Or you know what? If you're an idiot, just remember it as a fun time.
Children, don't buy drugs.
Don't buy drugs.
Become a pop star, and they'll give them to you for free.
All right, I'll be right back.
Akib's leaving for a
Keep
minute.
stepping out. Should we go to a salon break here?
No, we're just gonna keep going.
All right, we're gonna keep going. Corey, are we still recording? I'm not seeing anything.
We're recording. The guy's got it.
Yeah, are you sure?
Yes.
Good. Just yeah. You can't fuck this up, man. This is big.
This is
Oh, we're gonna have to put me on the bleeper again.
a meaningful.
I'm just kidding, man. I trust you. It's just what I just have a distrust of whoever's in charge of the board
You did it
'Cause-
so poorly though.
because Mike Dacios used to be here. I'm kidding. Mike did an okay job.
Corey's on top of it. Corey is the only person here who knows what to do.
True. There's a lot of new stuff in here. A lot of new computers. We used to have one computer, 2 computers.
Yeah, we started off in like an abandoned broom shed, or like I don't know what it was, like a wood shed or something, and we didn't even face each other. Like the 2 mics and the monitor were facing one side.
It was such a horrible setup.
I looked at the back of your head for a year.
Yeah.
There's this window.
And then when he first started looking at my face, you noticed that I blinked a lot.
There was this window that everyone used to walk by and knock on. I don't think anyone knew how to get into the studio.
Yeah.
I like that studio. It was cool.
What are you talking about? The old one, the small
The
one?
old. How it all began.
Okay.
So